Welcome back to Ox Tools. I'm Tom. Hey, quick update for all the fans and supporters out there. First off, let me thank all the folks that reached out to me and to check on my well-being and see how I was doing and if everything was okay. I really appreciate that. You know, I didn't get to answer all of you guys, and I've been kind of occupied like a one-handed paper hanger between my personal life, my work life, and my YouTube life. It's been an exciting year, and everything's good, so no worries there, and just natural things that are happening. And but I just want to let you guys know I'm back on the video game, and I'll be shooting some videos. Content will be a little different as I put the shop back together and do some of the work that needs to happen to get the place fully functional. So anyway, I thought I'd show you guys around a little bit, show you some of the things I've been working on in the shop, and then I got a couple of new tools that I've been using as part of this activities that I really like. I think I'll share that with you, and we'll just kind of have a little quickie session here, and then hopefully get back to regular programming. So let's check out the new shop and the new layout, and it's coming together, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. So let's check it out, and thanks once again for all your support and you know, all the internet love that you guys provide. So okay, let's check it out. Okay, so what you're looking at now is this first corner here. This is kind of welding and fabrication. My big welding table's here, welding machine, a 2-inch belt sander, 6-inch belt sander. All the grinding and abrading stuff is kind of on this corner of the shop, and it keeps it away, as far away as I can make it from the more precision equipment that's on the other side of the shop. So I've done a lot of work in this area in the last couple of days, actually. I've been on winter break, which is for us is about a 2-week break around Christmas time that gives you a chance to recharge and do some stuff. So I've had some solid time to work in the shop, which is great. So anyway, that's this corner here. It's kind of coming together. No insulation yet, but I got the full plan. I found an insulation broker where I can get the insulation for a reasonable price instead of an exorbitant price. But anyway, so that's in progress too. All right, so there's an overlapping view of the same area. So the shop's divided into kind of 4 stalls, so to speak, the way the support structure for the shop is. And so I did a lot of work here. Clamp storage, right? You know, there's a day right there burned screwing around with that, right? And just I'm here by myself, right? So shoving some of this stuff around that's pretty heavy gets kind of interesting. And when you wake up in the morning, you know how old you are. So anyway, this is you know, some of the progress in this particular corner. And then we're going to go over and look at what I'm calling the hardware store. So, okay, so moving on. So we got the saw and the beginnings of the material area here. So these saws are where they're going to be. Marble saw, the vertical band saw, and material rack here. Stuff comes out, goes in the saw, goes in the saw. There's room around these to work. You know, just I don't know. For those folks that have laid out a shop and then placed the equipment and kind of understand that process, right? Sometimes, you know, you're really talking about an inch or 2 difference in the placement of equipment, right? This is why I generally don't use CAD to do building layouts or equipment layouts, right? other than kind of in general terms. And so when you're putting that equipment in and you're placing it per the layout and whatnot, I mean, sometimes you have to because of utilities and things like that, but for smaller equipment like what we're talking about in here, you know, an inch or two one way or the other really makes a difference to the flow, right? For example, there's a space behind these that I can actually go through there, which is important. You can push a broom through there. You know, that's kind of my rule is behind machines you need at least 24 inches or 30 inches so you can push a broom through it, right? That kind of stuff. And just to be able to sneak through there and get to the other side and then scoot back and not have to come out and go all the way around. I mean, these are like minor things, but it's important to, it's the difference between being kind of efficient and being real efficient. So anyway, I'm just talking here, so take whatever you want from that. But let's take a look at the material storage and what I'm calling the hardware store over here. So now, it may not look like much to you guys at this point, but this corner really took a lot of work. And so here's the dilemma that you're dealing with. So you have all this furniture, right? You know, shelving units and drawers and cabinets and bins and things like that that worked in another shop, right? And now you're moving it into a new space that has completely different dimensions and a different layout, right? So none of my furniture matches, right? It's just a collection of Craigslist finds and, you know, getting a text from somebody, hey, they're tearing apart a lab, you want some drawer units or whatever? Yeah, I'll be right there. So that's how I've gotten all my stuff over the years. But making all that fit together in a new space can be tricky to get the flow, as I mentioned a minute ago. And anyway, I had a kind of a Jenga moment a couple of days ago where you know, I tried something and it was bink, 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 and a bunch of pieces kind of dropped into place, and I was like really happy with the layout. And you know, it's hard to show all this, but I've got material in the front. Okay, these are all tools that don't fit in drawers worth a darn, and so you know, the ends of these shelf units are good places to hang things like that. And so I got materials kind of here, and then in the back is, you know, plumbing, electrical stuff, you know, glues and adhesives, nails and screws and coat hangers and, you know, all that kind of household stuff, right? You know, that you collect doing this kind of work. So that's all kind of back in the back. Then and then so all the kind of cabinets and shelf units kind of fit together, which was really pleasing to me. So if you were walking by outside, you would have heard me hooting and hollering because I was so pleased with the layout. So anyway, maybe I'll see if I can get the camera back in there and you can get a better idea what's going on. Okay, so here's kind of the front section of material. This happens to be plastics and aluminum, and this is, you know, you've probably seen this in my shop before. I don't know, maybe I didn't show it, I don't remember, but this is kind of what I call my bin system, right? So my theory is, if you can't put your hand on it rapidly, you might as well not even have it, okay? So your smaller blocks and pieces and bits and stuff, you need to be able to put your hands on those pretty quickly to be efficient in the shop, right? So you segregate them by type and size and shape and whatnot, and then you know, one of the keys to the system is you don't let the bins get too full. Like this one's too full right now, and this one's a little bit too full. So what I would do, and I have the space now, is to segregate this a little further, right? So this is only stuff up to, say, 1.5 inches, and then the chubs and the bigger pieces end up in a different bin, right? So as you get more stuff and you collect more stuff, you continue to segregate and divide in some logical way that allows you to put your hands on the piece that you need as quickly as possible, right? So that's kind of the theory behind the system, and it's dynamic in that you filter and expand and reconfigure, but you need to plan for a little extra shelf space to be able to do that, because there's always materials coming in and cutoffs and different bits and pieces and that kind of appear in your life. All right, let's look at the other side. Okay, this is the steel side here. So we got steels, different shapes, different sizes, and the heaviest stuff is down at the bottom, right? Although you might want to have the heaviest stuff kind of in this area so you don't have to bend and pick it up, but because I have so much, I wanted to put it down low instead of up high. That's just me, but you can do anything you want. And then these little guys actually worked out pretty good for me. These are the smallest pieces, right? So let me give you some examples. So there's all kinds of little brass pieces, right? And I don't want to throw any of those away because like I said, if you can put your hand on exactly the right piece, right, relatively quickly, and you have space to store it, right, you're avoiding cuts. It just makes you more efficient. And here's a plastic, right, and normally I probably wouldn't save something like this, but I got the space, right? And so why not, right? Hey, it's already got a hole through it, so that's I don't know, that's 10 minutes into a job right there, just picking it up, being able to put my hand on the right thing. So anyway, that's kind of the point I'm trying to make. Hopefully it's coming across. The little drawer guide screwed up on it. I got to fix it. So, okay, here's another corner that I've spent a bit of time on, and this is milling, drill press, and then associated tooling here. The space right in front of the camera. This is where my 10 double E's go in here, which I haven't picked up yet. So that'll be separate video. That's going to happen in the next month or two. That'll get drug up here. I bought a truck. I bought a full-size truck. So I had a little Toyota Tacoma that I've been driving for years, and it's just not appropriate for towing trailers. In fact, they won't even hook up a trailer, the kind of trailer that I want to use to retrieve equipment, to a truck like that. You need at least a 3/4 ton truck. So I got a full-size truck. So now I can hook onto any trailer that I want. There's all these bits and pieces that tie in, right? The truck was a big one because, when I go to buy a gigantic load of insulation to work on the shop, right? Am I going to haul that in a Toyota Tacoma, right? Or pay to have it delivered? Not really. I want to be able to manage that stuff myself, right? And so just hauling materials, right? So, there's been things going on in the background that are what I would call key pieces to the puzzle, and this whole puzzle of reinstating my shop, right? So, anyway, I did a bunch of work in this corner, so pretty happy with the layout, the positioning, and the room around the equipment. We'll see once that 10 double E lands in here. And how that changes that dynamic. I might end up scooting this around a little bit. I haven't leveled this yet, so the 10 double E may cause there may be a little chain reaction, I guess is what I'm saying. So and then the YAM is behind us, the lathe that you guys are familiar with, and let's see what else. Let's go look at the EDM corner, because I have EDM now. So this is the FANUC, excuse me, Alpha 0B wire EDM. I bought this from a lady that lives about 45 minutes away from where my shop is now. And anyway, Stan from Barzy Industrial, he helped me move the thing. I prepped it for the move, and I built a skid to go underneath it to support the thing, so I didn't have to separate the CNC cabinet from the machine itself, which was a big deal. So anyway, he had his big truck, and we rented a trailer, slid the thing onto the trailer, got it over to here, and got the trailer returned 2 minutes before they closed the gate. So Stan, thanks a lot for your help. I really appreciate that, and that was a fun day. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, it's here. I've been cleaning it. The machine was filthy. If you follow me on Instagram, I showed some of the filters that came out of the filtration, the water treatment cart. They were just absolutely plugged with crud. And so there's some hoses that are being replaced, cleaning inside the tank, new gaskets for the tank. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So I'll probably start filming some of that work since you guys like watching that kind of stuff. You know, part of this is, some of this I just felt like working on it and not filming it. And I don't know about you, but you know, watching somebody push hoses on and tighten hose clamps is kind of boring video to me. So I didn't want to impinge on you guys' attention spans with that kind of stuff. So here I am blathering away about it. So it's almost as bad. So this is the high pressure pump. This is the CNC cabinet here, and working on reconnecting wiring. I just want to show you, this is some wiring that I had to separate, and this one goes to the pump enclosure, which is this right here. But Fanuc, look at this. The wire loom is created in such a way that it makes it really easy to remove it and really easy to put it back on. So all the wires are numbered. The way that it's tie wrapped, it just naturally kind of orients itself, right? So this is true throughout the whole machine, so it's really nicely done. And these are ring terminals. Now from a security standpoint, ring terminals are superior to fork terminals, or spade terminal, not spade, fork. In that, you know, the screw has to fully fall out for it to break contact, right, and not just loosen up. Now, when you're taking it apart and put it back together, that means you got to take the screws all the way out. So it's a little more work, but it's, from a security standpoint, it's better. So there's that, and like I said, it's true throughout the machine. And then back here is the filtration unit. This supplies deionized water and filtered water to the machine, so that you get nice clean water, you know, 10 micron clean or 5 micron clean water, whatever filters you happen to put in there. And the system needs to be flushed a couple of times, so I'm probably going to burn through a couple of filters when I first fire it up. Just, you know, because there's some crud in the lines, and you know, it'll end up in those filters. This is a chiller unit, so that it maintains temperature controlled water. And yeah, so there's a lot of kind of peripheral equipment with this particular machine here. So in this shot, you can kind of see the Makino. It faces the main high bay in the shop, and then you can kind of see in relation to the welding area, and then the hardware store area over there. I'm going to climb up on the ladder and get you kind of an aerial shot and do a handheld pan. I hate handheld shots in general, but I think it's worth it so you guys kind of get the lay of the land here at the new place. All right, so forgive my handheld shot here. Let's give you kind of a lay of the land here. Let's start over in this corner. We got the Yam, Acromil, Clausing drill press. There's the Fanuc wire EDM, Makino CNC mill. So my electrical panel, pretty proud of that stuff. This is going to be kind of forming and fabricating in this area, kind of sheet metal, bending, forming, punching, shearing. I got a little stomp shear over there. There's the old Health hammer. So there's welding. Okay. Got my Ameribraid 2-inch belt sander, my Tom Ox Tool 6-inch belt sander, Miller Syncrowave, Taft Pierce, Brown and Sharp, Dual vertical bandsaw, the decal's hiding back in there, and then Marvel saw, material rack. There's my pry bar rack. I got these pallet rack, these small pallet racks at Costco. They were on sale. They're actually pretty nice, and they fit in this smaller space, or this lower headroom space, I should say. So there's the material area there. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good shot there. You get the idea. So how it's laid out. I got a couple of aisles going in, and then to the right there's a couple of aisles going back into into bin land. I haven't figured out where this table's going to go yet. That's one that I used to sit at quite a bit, and it's got a lot of little tools on it and whatnot, and I have not found the hole where that's going to fit. And here's the front door. That's the man door, roll-up door, and chain hoist and all that. There's a bunch of crates that I had emptied out, so I made some mega progress. Arbor press and big anvil down there. So we're back. Anyway, that's and then it goes up, 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 up. So it's 20 feet to the peak in here, something like that, and you get kind of an idea of the layout. So it's kind of 4 quadrants, and you know, we got northwest, northeast, and then southeast and southwest over there. So that's kind of how we divided it up when we did the electrical. So that's about it for you know, just kind of a general update. And I got some problems to solve still. The installation's a big deal because as the temperature changes outside, I'm getting some flash rusting on some bits and pieces, which is concerning to me. And when you have so much steel items that can be basically ruined by rust. So, but as I see it, I'm going around with some rust preventative stuff and chasing after it. So that's that. I got some, because of the heavy winds and whatnot, a lot of the, there's foam blocks that fit in the corrugations of the roofing and whatnot, and those have blown out over the years. And so I got a small mice problem in here, and I discovered it opening a couple of drawers where you're like, hey, it looks like somebody made a house in here. And so I've discovered a couple of those, so I got a little mouse problem. What's the other thing? I got some plumbing work to do. So there's a lot of work left to do, and I'm gonna try to share some of it that's interesting. I'm not gonna share the boring stuff, and frankly, I just get it done quicker when I'm not filming. You know, the filming overhead on, you know, watching me tighten hose clamps is too much. Let's put it that way. But anyway, I just wanted to, you know, let you guys know I'm okay. And you know, like I said, I appreciate you guys reaching out to me. And if I didn't respond, if you sent me an email or a text or something and I didn't respond, I'll just apologize at this point. And but I'm back, I'm healthy, I'm okay, and let's get back on the video horse and hey, maybe even make a batch of meatloaf. What do you think of that? Okay, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you shortly, okay?